annihilation of the life form known as man. Let the attack begin, 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 begin.
What's good, YouTube? Rayquaza2094 here with the battle against Rad, whose YouTube name is Pok3rox. I can leave a link in the description if you would really want me to. Actually, I'm going to anyway, so it really doesn't matter if you want me to or not. So yeah, she sends in her Hitmontop, I send in my Sharpedo, and I'm thinking, oh, she could have a Mach Punch or something, but instead she has Toxic, so, you know, it's kind of good I switched to my Nidoking. And she puts in her Shaman named Flora. I go for an Earth Power. It still does a fairly decent amount of damage, considering this thing's actually a special wall. So I go for one Fire Blast. That's gonna pretty much almost KO it, but yeah, not quite. Since it is a special wall, it gets off a Leech Seed, which is negligible right now anyways, because I can pretty much just Fire Blast to finish it. And yeah, looking so good, but she does have Protect, so she gets up 2 Leech Seeds. I go for an Ice Beam because I'm thinking, why risk going for Fire Blast again if Ice Beam can definitely KO this Shaman? Because I just don't want to waste Fire Blast, essentially, and, you know, it could miss. So I go for an Ice Beam, KO the Shaman, which is nice. She goes into her Deceiver, which she forgot to hide her Zoroark, I forgot to hide my Zoroark, it's no big deal. I take this Night Daze like a boss, and then I see its Life Orb, and I'm like, oh crap, okay, I may just want to Sucker Punch, just in case, and get hit with a Flamethrower, which is going to unfortunately KO Zero, so Zero doesn't do much. Probably should have switched into something else, but I didn't know what else would be able to, you know, take care of it. So I put in Crystal, and she withdraws her Deceiver, goes into right round, gets off an Intimidate. I just go for that U-turn because I was unsure what she wanted to do, but if she had stayed in, U-turn would have let me, you know, pretty much take it out. So knowing that Nidoking kind of threatens this Hitmontop pretty well, I decided to put it in. Get hit with a Sucker Punch, go for an Earth Power. Earth Power does a little over half, which is nice. So it's going to be 2-hit KO. Fortunately enough for me. So I go for another Earth Power, get hit by another Sucker Punch. So right now I'm like, okay, well, this is not good. So yeah, she sends in her Darmanitan, but, you know, it's not a Darmanitan, it's a Zoroark, which is like, you know, figured. Actually, because I kind of knew what its health was at, so that's not really too much of a surprise. So I go for a Protect, and yeah, the Zoroark goes for a Grass Knot, no big deal. Get up a Speed Boost, and yeah, get hit by a Sucker Punch, which is going to do a pretty good amount of damage, despite me being resistant, but that's because Sharpedo has terrible defenses, actually. So yeah, pretty much get off a Waterfall, that's going to nicely get rid of the Zoroark, so I don't have to worry about it too much anymore. And she decides to send in Northwind to kind of, you know, I guess, stall me out, because it's a Suicune, and Suicune can be boss. So I get a crit right there, which, you know, kind of helps, kind of makes it so that she can't really just defeat me easily. She has to kind of go for rest now. So I go for another Crunch, hoping maybe, you know, maybe I'll get either crit or defense drop, which would be nice. Actually, defense drop would be desirable. So yeah, so far doing pretty good. And, you know, Sharpedo's just getting up speed, but it's gonna die to Life Orb, unfortunately, because there's no way to heal this Sharpedo. So I do lose my Sharpedo, which is going to suck, and probably could have kept him later in the match. She goes for a Sleep Talk, gets the rest on Sleep Talk, so it's not like she got a free Calm Mind up, so that's nice. So I decided to put in Mech Turtle, and right here I'm thinking, oh, I hope she doesn't get Scowled, I hope she doesn't get Scowled. She goes for Sleep Talk, gets Calm Mind, I'm like, great! That really works out for me. Because I can just Shell Smash, set up, and yeah, you know, well, you know, I can basically set up again if I really need to. White Herb gets rid of my defenses dropping, fortunately. So, you know, I'm doing pretty good. Go for a Rock Slide, which is going to do pretty good amount of damage. And she goes for the Scald, and I'm thinking, don't get burned, but yeah, I get burned. So, that sucks. That pretty much, now at this point, I just want to fodder out Carracosta, because it's kind of, you know, useless to me. Because, I mean, really, what am I going to do with a burned physical attacker? Nothing, absolutely nothing. So yeah, Crocoon is proving to be quite annoying, actually. Go for the Rock Slide, get the flinch, which is nice. Not really, though, because it's not like it's doing an outstanding amount of damage, and I'm dead next turn anyways. Go for Rock Slide, don't really care if I get a flinch. And yeah, she goes for the Sleep Talk, which turns out she's going to get rest on Sleep Talk again. So yeah, really kind of, you know, I guess funny right there. I don't know. So I decided to put in Crystal because I'm thinking, you know, really, Choice Specs Grass Knot should be able to do a lot of damage. And even if North Wind, you know, wakes up, I should be able to survive one Scald. And yeah, I do survive one Scald like I thought. I just go for another Grass Knot in case she wanted to stay in. She does, so I get rid of Crocoon. Yay! Crit really didn't matter, because, you know, at that point, dead. So yeah, Darmanantan's gonna come in, decide to go into Victini, and Darmanantan goes for the U-turn, does quite a bit of damage, so, you know, gets a crit. That pretty much ruins my final Gambit, which, yeah, at this point I'm like, okay, well, final Gambit is ruined, unfortunately. And yeah, take the Ice Shard kind of nicely, go for a Fire Blast, bam, like that. And pretty much, yeah, that's going to pick out the Mammal Swine. I got a crit that I apparently missed during the battle. But yeah, the Mammal Swine does have thick fat, so it would have been able to survive had I not gotten that crit. Go for a Fire Blast, hoping for crit or burn. But yeah, you know, she misses the Rock Slide. I do have to apologize for the 2 missed Rock Slides in a row, because, you know, hacks is mean like that. And yeah, that's pretty much a good game, unless for whatever reason she misses another Rock Slide, which I really doubted. So yeah, that's a good game. She wins. Very close match, actually. But yeah, it was fun. Just kind of chose random Pokemon, because she hadn't battled in a while, and I was like, you know, let's choose random Pokemon. Just have a little fun battle. Let's not, like, make it a serious battle, just kind of a fun one. So we did a little fun UU action right there. And she won, so, oh well. But yeah, I'll leave a link in the description to her channel. So comment, like, and subscribe to my videos, because you get to see more videos like this. And then go to Pok3rox and do the same. Thank you, and goodbye, YouTube.